Hey family, welcome back. I am about to do a quick weave. Yes, I haven't done this in a minute because I've been rocking my braids, but I'm going to show you all of the steps that I take and all of the ingredients that I use. And I stand by all of the items that I'm putting in my hair and that I'm using in my hair. That is even down to the comb. Use a big tooth comb, ladies. Make sure you're taking care of your hair. So I leave in some leave-in hair conditioner that I just showed you, and then here is the castor oil grease that I also leave in. And it's something about these two ingredients, putting them in. Oh my goodness, my hair is so moistured even after I take the quick weave out. So I bought 2 packs, the 1B of the purple pack, and this is the Jade Swirl. And I also bought another pack. It's like a light blonde / brown. It's like a mix. If you look really close, in a minute you'll see how it looks. And of course, the one that has some color is a couple of more dollars. The black was $9.99. The blonde was $13.99. So here is up close so you can see the strands of the light blonde and the strands of the brown. I'm feeling this hair. You already know, if you've been following me, that I have used this hair many times in different ways, and today I want to do something different, a little different than what I usually do with the hair. Usually I get 2 big braids on the side, and then I put the Jade Swirl hair on the top and give me that look as if I have a cut. And so I'm just showing you another item you need. You're going to need the cap, you are going to need a blow dryer, you are going to need the closure, the hair of course that I just showed you, and you will also need what we call, I always say weave hardener, because you put it in your hair and it protects you from the weave. And almond oil. I use the almond oil just to make sure that there's extra moisture there. I also have the glue. Don't forget your glue. These are all the items that you will need. Scissors. Don't forget your scissors. Have them all out. Have everything out so you're not doing too much. All right, and here we go. So this is the 3rd item I am putting in my hair. A lot of oil. Listen, take care of your hair. And now we are ready to go. Yes, 2 thumbs up for that. Let's get it. So here you see I'm giving myself a little part because I want to give myself a slight part, invisible part when I put my hair in. It'll just give me other options, especially now that it is summertime. This is the kind of comb you use. You get the best parts with this kind of comb. But I will say sometimes I need to use the other end to make it perfect, but this comb is fabulous for this. You can always do braids. You can do whatever you want to flatten your hair out. I do twist and then I put it in a small bun on the back. That's just easier for me. Like I said, if I'm doing a quick weave, it needs to be quick. Everything needs to be quick. And so just found something to hold it down so it stays. And yeah, I'm excited because here we go. Here we go. Now I know it looks like I'm putting on a lot because I am. You want to put enough that your hair is protected and it gets hard enough that when you put the tracks in your hair with the glue is actually on top of this product and not on your natural hair. So you're going to see me put a lot on, and that's okay. Ready to put my cap on, and you can get different color caps. You could get black, you could get this color, which is more like a blonde or brown. And so I did this color this time because I know that I am doing some blonde hair, so you can mix it up. Either way, no one's going to see the cap. So put enough on, again, on top of the cap. This is all to protect your hair. Now, I wish I could just sit down under a hair dryer, but I don't have one. So I need to hold this over my head for, it says 10 to 15 minutes to let it get dry. A little annoying, but needs to be done. Once it does dry, you'll know it has dried because it'll be kind of hard to pull the cap off your head. Just go ahead and start cutting. Be careful, take your time. You want to cut so that you don't cut your hair, but you cut enough off so that the cap will not be visible. And get around those ears really good because well, I'll just speak for myself. The summertime I get hot, so you want to definitely be able to feel comfortable with a quick weave. Take your time. You even see me walk away a couple of times because it is hard for me to do it on the camera. Sometimes I just need to simply go to a mirror, so you'll see me walk and go back and forth, but just know I'm trying to make sure I cut the cap and not my hair. And sometimes you just have to feel for it. So you just see me cutting the back of my hair, and I was feeling to make sure I wasn't cutting my hair because I cannot see back there. The hardest part for me is getting to my part. I always feel like I'm cutting my hair when I do that. So I'm sorry, y'all. I got to walk away a couple of times to get that. You see me just cutting off the little extra pieces. It's hard for me, like I said, but I do want you all to get this experience of watching. So you see I'm taking my time and cutting just a little bit to make sure I don't cut my hair. Yeah, sorry y'all, I had to walk away again. Oh my gosh, it's hard for me. I'll be back in a second. So you just want to measure your hair. Always start from the back and then move to the front. Measure how much hair you need to put on, cut it, and then put the glue on it, and then place it where you need it to be. And use that hair dryer to speed up that dry. Speed up the drying, speed up the dry. I started with the blonde first and then I'm going to do the black. I just want to do something different and mix it up. We'll see what it looks like at the end. So I am gonna leave in a minute and keep doing it because I think you all get the idea. I jumped back on. Check me out. Almost there, y'all. All right. Getting closer. Getting closer. So now this is a trick that I learned. You see how I'm placing the tracks so that they're on or facing my forehead and not the opposite direction. The purpose of doing that is so that when I get my tracks in, I can do that little swoop that you saw me do with my hands, kind of like swoop it back, and you'll see the end results in a minute. Right now I'm just showing you how to do the invisible part. You want to cut really small pieces. I always do the invisible part right before I do the middle because I want to make sure it looks nice. And what you want to do is make sure you get it really, really close to each other so that it looks invisible. You got to get it real close. So I'm going to show you a couple of times so you can get it. So I'm going to do one side and then I'll do the other side. You don't really notice that it's invisible until like the end. Then you can really see it once all the tracks are in. So here we go, almost done, almost. And I'm trying to get this invisible part perfect because it's not quite there. So I did add a couple of more pieces to make it look better. And you will see that. But I'm going to put my closure on now. And closure will go right where I just showed you that empty spot. Yeah, and it's a very simple closure, the shortest one they have. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, as my son would say. Here we go. So now I had added a couple of pieces to my invisible part, so it does look much better than it did earlier in this video. At the end, I do take the hair dryer and I go around my whole head to make sure the tracks are good and very secure because I do not want tracks falling out as I'm walking down the street. Absolutely not. So I'm going around my whole head. So here we are. I just showed you how I wanted my swoop to look. So I just swooped the front of my hair back instead of having it in my face. And right now I'm cutting it. This is another thing that's hard for me to do right in front of my phone. I go to a mirror, I need to cut to really see all of my hair, but I am going to show you in a minute. I want to make sure the hair is not on my neck because it's hot, but I also want the hair to shape my face. I don't want it just to be wild, so I did a lot of cutting and still working on it. This is the first phase of me cutting it, and this is the second phase. You see I cut it a little bit more. Hair's everywhere, but it's all right. And then I cut it some more. Yeah, so now I'm happy with what it looks like now. It's full, but also not on my neck, and it's nice.